give it a go.
Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today we've got Darren Jamieson from Engage Web, co-founder of Engage Web, podcaster, TEDx speaker. Can give that one. Winner of the Liverpool Comedy Festival competition.
Liverpool Comedy Festival winner. BNI conference speaker.
Quite a bit of stuff there.
Quite a few things. None of it related to what I actually do for a living, but it's quite a lot. One day I'll do some work, but it won't be today.
So, how did the comedy thing come about?
The opportunity or the drive within me to do it.
Both.
I think I'm bloody hilarious, and I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy since I was in school. Some would say that I was doing it while I was in school, class clown, that kind of thing. And I'd always thought that I would be able to do it, but I didn't want to do it in a real hostile environment. I've seen comedy clubs, open mic nights, and you think that can be a little bit fierce. You go in there, you've got 30 seconds, you don't win them over, and then you'll get booed off and things thrown at you. I didn't want that. I wanted to do it in a safe environment. And then the charity Wirral Mencap, that look after adults with learning disabilities, who I'm now a trustee for, they run this competition every year for amateurs to go and do stand-up comedy. So you can do 4 or 5 minutes of stand-up comedy, and you get training for about 6 weeks beforehand, once a week, with a professional comedian to do it. And you just have to raise money for the charity. And then go on and do it on this live night, and they all vote for who's the best. I would have paid to do that, because the training with a stand-up comedian, I think, is some of the best training I've ever had. Because stand-up comedy and sales are very similar. You have to be able to listen to your audience, react to, understand their reaction to what you're telling them, and then adapt what you're saying based on their reaction. So it's all about reading people and giving somebody what they want that works. So best training I've ever had. I went on stage and did this stand-up comedy routine. So it was meant to be 5 minutes. I was 15 minutes. I told them I'm not going to do 5 minutes. I'm really going to go for it. It was all story-based comedy as well, not joke.
Hard to do in 5 minutes, isn't it?
You can't do that in 5 minutes. No, I can't talk about me.
It's the setup.
I can't talk about me washing my bollocks in the shower in 5 minutes. I need 15 minutes, and that was one of the lines. But it was voted on, and I won on the night. But it was also part of the Liverpool Comedy Festival. Because Liverpool has this festival. It goes on a certain time of the year. There's different events going on. This was one of them, and I won. So I am a Liverpool Comedy Festival winner. I did not win the Liverpool Comedy Festival. Right. It's a slight distinction.
There is a little bit of difference.
But I am a Liverpool Comedy Festival winner.
Very true.
And I have a trophy to prove it as well. It's quite a big trophy.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. They didn't actually have a trophy on the night, but I badgered them and said, "You didn't give me a trophy." "Oh, we'll sort you out with a trophy. Give me a trophy. And eventually she went, "Here's your trophy, shut up." So,
Okay.
That was question 1, folks.
Yes.
We might get 2 questions into this podcast. We might get 2,
Have you done anything like that since?
Do you know what? Yes. And I wish I hadn't.
Right.
They said everybody that goes up and does stand-up comedy, they all get off and say the same thing. And I did as well. I want to do it again. I want to go back on and do it again. Because the rush, the absolute adrenaline rush of doing stand-up comedy is incredible. It really is incredible. And I've heard, who's that comedian? The very hyperactive comedian, black hair. He calls himself a Lego-head prick.
Hyperactive?
Hyperactive comedian. He does loads of stuff. He's got a podcast, does loads of stuff on TikTok and YouTube. I can't remember his name, but he talks about stand-up comedy being a legal drug. And about how when you make people laugh, it is a rush, and he's addicted to giving people that rush. It was the same thing for me. I wanted to go on and do it again. And then a couple of years later, they had this Legends event where it was different comedians that had been on it and won before, come back and do it again. So I did a completely different routine. Again, it was about 15, I think I probably did 18 minutes the second time. But the host and the comedian that was training us wasn't as good. He didn't make it about the act, he made it about himself. And he thought he was basically doing a gig. and was trying to take the piss out of the audience and take the piss out of the comics. That didn't work because that fell flat. The audience wasn't big because they were running another event on the same night for some reason. I don't know how they arranged that. So the first event, there was 200 people there. The second event, there was probably about 80 to 100 there.
Right.
It wasn't in rows, so it wasn't as packed. It was in tables. I was last on, and the table right at the front, everybody had come to watch their mate. As soon as he'd been on, they all pissed off. So the whole front, in front of the stage, was empty. There was just one table there, tables at the back. It just was nowhere near as good.
Yeah.
I think I was as funny. They're both on YouTube, so you can watch it and judge for yourself. I think I was hilarious.
Yeah.
It just wasn't as good an experience, and it just made me wish that I'd just done it once. Which is why I won't do another TEDx talk, because I've done it once.
Yeah.
I was brilliant, if I do say so myself. It was word for word what I wanted. I had no notes, no prompts, nothing.
Yeah.
One guy at the front stood up and did his first, and he was basically reading the whole thing off, which you're not meant to do on TEDx, but he did it.
Yeah.
I did it perfectly. It went amazing. I don't want to do it again. It's not going to be that good again.
No.
I'm only going to go,
Yeah.
I'll get it.
It's Michael McIntyre, wasn't it?
No, it's not Michael McIntyre. No, it's... Oh, shit.
The one that sweats a lot?
Russell Kane.
Ah, okay.
Russell Kane. Very thin.
Yeah, I know him.
Thick black hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of a rubber face and just bounces around a lot.
He's very funny.
He is very funny, yeah, and calls himself a Lego head prick.
I've had a similar feeling where I got a band together for my 30th, and it was kind of like friends that I knew were good musicians, and was at a cricket training and just said, fancy doing this, and he said, oh yeah, to a guy that plays the guitar. And he said, yeah, my mate drums and he'll do it. And then someone behind me says, well, I'll sing for you. And then they're like, well, another guy plays about 10 instruments, he'll be all right. Turned out the drummer was Manchester School of Music for drumming, and there was, and we played the night and we had about 10 songs and it went really well. And we're like, really want to do that again. And we did, but it was good because they were all really good. And as long as I didn't mess it up, we were pretty good.
The pressure was on you then, really.
Yeah. So when you've got other people around you, it's probably easier maybe the second time round to do it. And you're under no pressure with a band to play a new song or create a new song.
Because people don't want to hear that.
Yeah, because we were just doing cheesy covers for
crowd pleasers.
Yeah, a bit of Quo and a bit of Queen and all that kind of stuff. And
you can't go wrong with a bit of Queen.
Sometimes you can with Quo. But so yeah, I get that. There's a bit of a rush talking in front of people, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Have you always wanted to do that, or is it?
Yes, I have, and it first happened in school. They did what year was this? It would have been, I was in junior school, so it was in high school, so it was first or second year.
Yeah.
I think it was first year, so I'd have been 11, and they did a competition for a speech. So each kid in the class would write a speech that they would read out in front of the class.
Cool.
And I was picked the best in the class,
and
we got to do it on the stage, because we had quite a big stage in our school, in front of the first year, the second year, and I think it was the third and fourth year. So there's probably about 200 people there. And each one from each class did it, and I did mine. I thought I was amazing.
There's a pattern again.
I thought I was going to win, but I didn't win. But I thought that was absolutely incredible. I want to do that again.
Yeah.
But I remember I did it on politics. I did mine on Margaret Thatcher, who was the Prime Minister at the time.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Everyone loves Margaret Thatcher. Yeah. She's Queen of Hearts.
A light topic.
Obviously. But
there for the laughs.
But I had to read it out because I was only 11. I wasn't going to memorise something. I remember my brother is a lot older than me, and he was really good at art. When I read it out, he actually drew a Margaret Thatcher caricature and cut it out for me. So I was holding Margaret Thatcher's head while I was reading out my speech about Thatcher. It was a lovely touch. It was brilliant. But I was never in any school plays. I was never in any drama. I was never the popular kid, so I never got to do any of that. All other people got to perform on the stage for the recitals and stuff like that. This was my only crack at it by being funny.
Right.
And that was amazing. And I want to do it again.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to do it again in school because they're old bastards. And so I hated that. School was downhill after that.
Yeah.
So the first opportunity I got to do it properly, I'm having it. It's probably why I've got a podcast and I do videos and I try to get myself out there as much as I can.
I was the opposite. I kind of felt like I probably should, and you have like a Christmas nativity thing. I remember primary school having like 3 words to say and being so nervous and just kind of messing it up. Yeah. It's really funny how nerves affect you, but if it's something you really want to do and you kind of, it doesn't affect you in the same way, does it?
I never got lines to say in any sort of nativity. Whenever there was a nativity play, I was always playing a silent role. Yeah. And it was so annoying. I remember being a Roman soldier at one stage, and there was 4 of us, and all we had to do, this was in primary school, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old, all we had to do was march in, stand in front of somebody, and then march out again at one point during the play. It's like, is that it?
Do you think the teachers were doing it on purpose?
Yes.
We've had enough of
I do. Absolutely, I do, yeah. Like, we're not giving him a chance to stand on the stage and say anything because he's not going to get off. Yeah. So we'll just keep him quiet, stick him at the back. He can walk in, walk off, and keep his mouth shut. Yeah. Yeah.
So he kind of went into studying film production and things like that.
Yes, I did.
So was the original thing wanting to be on the screen?
No. I originally wanted to be a film director. Well, originally I wanted to do animation.
Okay.
So I did art at school. My art teacher told me, don't do art at A level, you're not good enough.
Okay, classic.
Mr. Lawton, prick. Yeah. He told me you're not good enough. So I did it, and I got my A level, and I went to art school, and I got a distinction in my art diploma. So screw you, Lawton.
Well done.
Thank you. Yeah. So I applied to film school, and because I got a distinction, it was part of the same branch of college at Newport in South Wales. I didn't even need an interview at the university. The lecturers at the diploma course just said, accept him. Yeah. So I got in without an interview, which was fantastic. Yeah. I was. They call it in America, they call it majoring, don't they? I was doing animation and then film was the secondary part of that. Yeah. But I realised very, very quickly, as a lot of people did that came in and did animation, it's bloody hard. Yeah. You have got to work so hard to do animation. And this was before computer animation certainly was in the university. Yeah. Computer animations did exist, but not to a big level. And a lot of it was hand-drawn. And we did this one... The first project we did was called Metamorphosis, which is something that changes into something else. Yeah. And it was meant to be 10 seconds long. And we weren't shooting at 24 frames a second, we were shooting at 12 frames a second. 10 seconds long, 12 frames a second is 120 pictures. Yeah. Awful. So we did the first picture, and I did a really detailed pencil sketch of a personal stereo. And I thought, that looks really cool, amazing. And then it dawned on me, shit. I've got to do that another 119 times, just slightly different. Yeah. And the quality of what I was drawing degraded significantly throughout this 10-second animation that I was doing. It took me all week to do this drawing, constantly. Yeah. When I wasn't in university, I was at home, I was doing bloody sketching. I thought, this is so time-consuming, I'm not going to be able to do anything else. Yeah. And I hated it. And I said, as a lot of people did, I can't do animation anymore. Can I swap it and do film instead? Because quite frankly, it's going to be a lot bloody easier. Yeah. So I did, and swapped it for film. And we went against a lot of the stuff they were teaching you in film. They were all about Brechtian distancing techniques and art house cinema and Jean-Luc Godard. Okay. And I hated that shit. I just wanted to make action movies. Wanted to make, with like a cop chasing a bad guy and, jumping off a skyscraper and riding on the top of a car. And that's literally what we made when we were in. And it is on YouTube. You can catch it and watch it. There is a feature-length film on YouTube. I think
I need to find out.
It's called Cop on the Edge 9 Prelude to Justice.
Okay.
The whole thing is on. We started at 9 because it's a piss take of American action. And I played the lead role of Jake Cop. Of course. Because that's his name. Jake Cop. He's a cop. He's called Jake Cop, obviously. Were you
brilliant as well?
I was amazing. I was absolutely amazing in it, yeah. The trailer's actually quite good. The film itself is a bit shit. Because back then you couldn't edit digitally. So once you cut the first shot in, you cut the next shot in, you can't go back and change it. So it's really hard to edit like that. You're editing in a linear fashion, tape to tape. Now you could edit digitally, so it's probably 74 minutes long, I think it is. If I could re-edit that, I could go back, but it would probably end up about 40 minutes. Because it would have to have some serious editing. The trailer's actually very good, which is also on YouTube. But I think we've talked about this story before, and I've mentioned this on interviews before, that the bit I really cocked up was before I even went to university. Because I wanted to be a film director, and I used to make a load of spoofs for a program called Beatles Hot Shots. This is Jeremy Beadle. Do you remember Jeremy Beadle? You've Framed and Beadle's about, a bit of a prankster. He had a series called Beatles Hot Shots, which was intentional spoofs that members of the public would make. There was a really good one on there, I remember, which was a load of comedians playing in Reservoir Dogs, and it was called Reservoir Wigs. So it was, imagine if Ken Dodd was in Reservoir Dogs and he was torturing somebody, rather than cutting his ear off, he was torturing him with a tickling stick. That was really funny. Stuff we made wasn't quite that good. But when we made it and sent it in, the guy, the editor, the producer that was on it was phoning me up, and I was talking to him most nights on the phone about what he wanted us to do. He even sent me a script, which I've still got now, for something he wanted me to make. One of the spoofs we sent him was a Batman spoof, where I played the Joker in a Jack Nicholson style Batman. I was brilliant. It's on YouTube, check it out. He asked us to reshoot it because I edited the whole thing in camera. So first shot, next shot, no editing afterwards. He wanted all the individual edits so he could do the edit himself. So we reshot the whole thing. My mates Nick and Steve were annoyed about that. It's like, we filmed this once. Why are we doing it again? It's because Edgar's asked me to do it again. He wants to do it. We went down to London Weekend Television Studios because they used to tape it in front of a live audience back then. Don't do that stuff anymore, it's too expensive. That went on for ages. If you've ever been to a TV taping, it just goes on and on and on and on. Rather like me on this story. It goes on and on and on and on. But when we walked in, the guy that was the editor, the guy I've been speaking to that sent me the script, said reshoot this, he recognised me and went, Darren, Batman. I loved what you did. Can you meet me in the bar afterwards? We want to talk about season 2. And me and my mate Steve went, we could do that. We could shoot something for season 2. I'm sure Nick won't mind us speaking for him. But because the taping took so long, we were going to miss the train back to South Wales. The last train was something like 10 to 11. So we didn't meet him. We left, got the train and went home. Never saw him again. And then I realised who he was. It was years later. So this guy was like 2 years older than me. I was, 17, he was 19. Scruffy guy, long, wavy black hair, real scruffy bastard. I thought, I don't need him. I'm going to film school. I'm going to be famous. I'm going to end up in Hollywood directing a live-action version of the A-Team, which is one of the things I wanted to do. Somebody else did it. It was shit. Years later, I was working for Game as a digital marketer, as a web designer. And the guys at Game said, you've got to watch this TV series called Spaced. You'll love it. It's amazing, with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Fabulous sitcom. And I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes of Space. Thought that's brilliant. Loved it. And it was probably the 4th one where I let the credits play at the end, and I saw the name of the director. I know that name. It's a guy called Edgar Wright. I know that name. That was the guy that was at Beatles Hot Shots. The guy that wanted me to meet him in the bar afterwards. The guy that wanted to work with me.
That you sacked off.
Well, I sacked off. I checked on Internet Movie Database. Beatles Hot Shots. He went on to do some work for French and Saunders, and then he's there for Spaced. Nice. He then went on to make Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Baby Driver, Last Night in Soho, and he's just released The Running Man with Glenn Powell. And every film he makes is like a dagger in the heart.
And they're all missing the Joker, aren't they?
They're all missing the Joker, exactly. They're all missing me.
Think how big it'd be if it
I know. Yeah. You'd have had really big box office me involved. And, he won't take my call now. Edgar, mate, you and me, we were like that, buddy.
It's not too late.
It's not too late, man. It's not too late. And he's gone out with Anna Kendrick.
Yeah. Some people just can't get a break, can they?
Can't catch a break. Scruffy bastard as well.
Well, so a real sliding doors moment, potentially.
Yeah. People do ask, is there a sliding doors moment? And you're like, I don't even have to think for a second. That's it, right there. Yeah. Sat in that studio, saying to my mate Steve, should we just go and get the train?
Yeah.
Because we're going to miss it otherwise. Yeah, let's just go. Don't.
So after that, you obviously plotting your career in filmmaking, and what's deviated the course?
What's deviated the course?
Yeah. So what you
couldn't raise any finance was essentially the problem. We had a script that my mate Eddie that we filmed this crap action movie that's on YouTube together. Yeah. That was made with no money. Well, it actually cost about £1,000. Yeah, a lot of money back then, but that was it. We wrote a script. We took it to the Cannes Film Festival. Stayed in a caravan park at the Cannes Film Festival to save money. Tried to get in touch with financiers and producers and try and get this thing made. We actually had an actor from The Bill who wanted to be in it.
Which one?
DCI
Burnside.
No, it wasn't that. No, it wasn't that big. No, it was a younger actor who he was on the cover of TV magazines at the time. I genuinely cannot remember his name because they killed him off in The Bill.
It's been a while though, isn't it?
He went nuts in The Bill. Then he abducted one of the WPCs and. He had this big storyline. I think he ended up killing himself as a character to write him out because he was going to go into movies and be really big and successful, and he didn't. Yeah. And he had our script. I don't even know how he got our script, but he got it, and he said, I want to be in this. I like it. It's good. So, but my mate Eddie said, I don't like him. I don't think he's any good for being in the film. Just like Eddie. He's actually quite famous. He wants to be in it. He's like, no, mate, I don't like him. I think he's a bit crap. No. Anyway, we had him attached. We just couldn't get the finance for it. And because I started making websites for Cop on the Edge film and for this, that ended up being more successful. And one of the sites I made got spotted by the marketing manager for Game, or Electronics Boutique, as they were back then. And he said, I love this. I love what you've done. There was some kind of interactive animated GIF that I'd created, an animated GIF menu that when you rolled the cursor over it, it changed and moved. And this was like 1998. So it's quite
interesting,
quite funky. And he said, I love this. This is the kind of thing that we want for Game.
And did that come from the stuff you did at university?
No, I wasn't making
art and animation and that kind of knowledge.
Yes, actually, thinking about it, it did, because I was doing animation for a little bit in school as well. I made an animated dancing rabbit that danced to Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, which I've still got on VHS, but I need to try and get that off and see that work. And I did do an animation at my diploma course as well, where I nearly burnt down the college, because I loved Wallace and Gromit. And I loved 3D model animation. And I made a massive animation film set, bigger than this table, probably like twice the size of this table that we've got here now. And I built this out of Papier-Mâché. And it was like a space... I had a spaceship that I made using card model. It was brilliantly put together with lights and everything. And I had this ship land and these plasticine space marines get out, walk towards the door. They were to shoot the door, open the door, go in and fight these aliens inside. And I filmed the whole thing in stop motion. But I asked them at the college, when you blow the door open, right, I said, well, I want to be able to have proper fire on this. Because I want it to look, high-end fire. I said, can I light the fire on it? And they said, amazingly, no. You can't set fire to that paper-mâché set that you built in the university. No, you can't do that. They said you can use animated fire and like move bits of paper like that and do it like that. And I thought, well, that's going to look shit. So what I'll do, right, is I'll wait for lunchtime when they're out.
And we'll just set fire.
And we'll do it anyway. So I got the camera set up, and I got some, I think it was called Togo, which is like lighter fuel, on the door.
Of course.
And because the whole thing was edited in camera, again, because there's no post-production on this, I had to animate the bits where the characters go up to it, cut to the shot there of the guy turns his head, pulls his gun out, cut back to the wider shot, which I couldn't do as an animation, I had to do as a in-shot. So I'm basically got my camera like this, I've got my lighter, and you adjust the lighter to get a big flame on it. I've put lighter fuel on this door, start, this flamethrower came out, the door went up, but I'm looking at it in the shot going, that looks brilliant, okay, I'll cut, right, how do I put that fire out now? I hadn't thought of that.
Oh, no.
I had no idea how to put that fire out. So you got this paper animation set with lighter fuel on this cardboard door that's going up really nicely.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. And I started to try and spit on it.
Oh, right, okay.
And I had no spittle at all because I'm really starting to panic now.
Yeah.
So I opened this is in the common room of the university as well. I opened the door and shouted down the corridor to my mate Nick and another guy that was there. Could you give us a hand in here, please? Could you give us a hand? I've got a bit of a problem. And they came in and went, fucking hell, this fire's on fire. It's paper. I think they got some kind of bucket and started to pour water over it and then took the door out and put that in the bucket. Finally, the set went out, but the common room was full of smoke. And because I blocked the blinds down because I wanted consistent lighting colours. As soon as you open the blind, light came in through the window and just cut the smoke in the common room, so you could see there'd been a massive fire in here.
No hide.
So I thought, I know, links. Get some deodorant out and spray that about. That'll cover it. Which really just sort of added to the bouquet of the flames. So I thought, maybe they won't notice. So I just went back into the room that we were in, the art room, opened the windows of the common room, took my animation set outside. Yeah. Because if I did anything like this, I did it outside, honestly, no problem. And then went and sat there and waited for them to come back, at which point somebody came into one of the lecturers came in and went, has there been a fire in the common room? No. Not that I know.
What makes you think that?
No, absolutely not. And I completely got away with it. They didn't know until I screened it. And they saw the video of the fire.
I think this all makes sense.
That's what happened. Yeah. So yeah, it did a long way, yes. That's why I got the job at Game.
Oh, God. I'd
that was the question.
That
was the question, sorry.
Because I always say to people that I spent I call them my 20s the wilderness years, because I went kind of different jobs here and there and never really enjoyed what I was doing or I was kind of a bit lost, shall we say. And then come through to starting the agency and all those little things, the skills that I learned along the way kind of all came into one and helped you do what you do now. Yeah. Do you think, I mean, we've not even delved into the digital marketing or whatever.
That's boring though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's boring, yeah.
Do you think there's a similar thing for you?
Yeah, stuff that I've done over the years has definitely helped me, but I've never, I was literally talking about this the other day because I did a presentation on my work history, because there's a lot of new people in our networking group, so I wanted them to know what I'd done.
Is it that long enough in the...
Well, no, it was a potted history. Yeah. But when people do stuff like this, usually they say things, I've had a paper round, or I've been in this industry, and then I moved to this industry. I've always been in digital marketing. I've always been building websites. My first website was 1998, which is before Google, which made me realise. And I even got someone, feel my hands. But they're soft, I know, never worked a day in my life, which I haven't. So I've never actually done anything outside of marketing, digital marketing, websites, online coding. I've never really done anything else. So every experience I've got is within that industry. Yeah. Which means I am absolutely shit at DIY. My idea of DIY is getting someone else in to do it.
Just set fire to it.
Or which is why I don't know how to put a fire out. Clearly, I know how to light one, but I don't know how to put one out. I don't know anything that. Actually, I started someone's car the other day, but that's because I've got a jump start kit.
Okay.
Yeah, but they called me, and I turned up to do it. That's probably the most useful, manly thing I've ever done. It was some guy's mother. He said, "Oh, my mother's at home. She's got to pick my son up from nursery. I know your office is round the corner. It's a big ask. Is there anything you can do to jumpstart a car?" I said, "Well, I am in the office. It is like 30 seconds round the corner, and I do have a jumpstart kit. So yeah, go on, I'll do that." Yeah. And I drove in like a white knight, pulled this kit out, started the car for her. Never met her before. She was really happy, and off she went. It's like, oh yeah, manly stuff. Yeah. Most manly thing I've ever done.
Fulfillment.
Fulfillment. Yeah. Using that kit from Halfords.
So, from making websites to people going, how, marketing, what do I do, kind of thing. Well, how did that move from there to there? Was there a straight line?
Was there a straight line?
Probably not.
No, there was. Well, when I was at Game, I was responsible for designing the electronics boutique website and the Game website.
Right.
So they had two brands they ran in parallel before they eventually rebranded everything to Game. Primarily because, as I understand it, they had to pay a percentage of their turnover to the American company Electronics Boutique to license the brand, which is why they wanted to get rid of that brand and use Game, so they didn't have to pay a percentage of their turnover. So that's why they did that.
Yeah.
But I was involved in their affiliate scheme at the time as well, because we launched an affiliate scheme while we were there, and it was clearly paramount for a site like Game, an e-commerce brand basically in the year 2000, right at the very start of .com bubble hadn't even burst then. That content was vital. That people were going on to these things called search engines, although back then it wasn't Google, it was Lycos, Hotbot, Dogpile, Ask Jeeves, Alta Vista, Hasta La Vista was another. So they're all using these different search engines. MSN, even Yahoo, would you believe? And they're looking for, say, video game walkthroughs, video game reviews. So one of the big games that came out when I was there was Grand Theft Auto Vice City. So Grand Theft Auto Vice City screenshots, reviews, videos, walkthroughs. I'm stuck on this particular level, how do I do it? And they're going to things like Games Radar or IGN, which was still quite big now, I think, IGN.
Okay.
We thought, well, why aren't they going to Game? We sell the bloody things. Why they're going there for that, and we need that here. So we essentially put all of that content on the Game website. Okay. So we were doing reviews of every single game that came out. We were doing screenshots for them. We were doing walkthroughs for them. Everything we possibly could, and made Game, the product page for each video game, to be the hub for that game. So when someone's looking for the particular video game, they come to Game. And when they want to buy it, they come to Game. It's one of the reasons Game was the biggest seller of video games on day one of release in the UK. They had a third of the market share. And if you pre-ordered a video game, if you pre-ordered it from Amazon or Play.com or Blackstar back in the day, you weren't guaranteed to get it on day one. If you pre-order it from Game, you're going to get it.
It's funny how when you display your expertise on your website, people come to.
I know. It's amazing. It's like a secret, isn't it?
People think that's a new thing.
They do. They think it's a new thing.
Wow. Why do you want to put so much content on your site? Well, because search engines aren't clairvoyant. You have to tell them what you do. And if you're good at it, you'll attract people to your site.
And if people are looking for the solutions to the problems they've got that you solve, and you don't have that on your website, but your competitor does, they won't find you, they'll find your competitor, and they'll use them. No.
It's amazing the conversations you have, especially with designers that want to take the content off and have more images on.
Pricks.
That might look pretty, but there's no point if no one is looking at it. And it's amazing how something you did in 2000 is still relevant in 2020. Let's not do the maths. So these years later,
quarter of a century.
How did that happen?
How did the time go by?
Yeah, how did the 25...
How did the 25 years go by? I don't know, mate. I still think it's like 2002.
Mentally, I've regressed.
I'm looking forward to the World Cup with David Beckham as the captain.
I'm still at Italia 90, I don't know about you.
Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Diego Maradona.
Yes.
Cheating bastard.
Yeah. Well, that was 86, wasn't it? Mexico.
86 was the cheat, yeah.
Yeah.
Italia 90, the Argentina were not a great team, but he was the best player in the world and he took them to the final himself.
He did.
Mm.
Yeah. Unreal. Bringing it back to the serious topic of digital marketing.
Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I take it that sales went up and that game and everything was hunky dory.
Yeah.
When you look back at that, do you think what are your thoughts on that kind of first real experience of the working world? Yeah.
Well, I think it was ridiculous that somebody like me got that job in the first place, because I had no job before that, no paid salary. I'd done stuff for websites and stuff for people, but I'd never actually had a proper job. That was my first office job, and I was not prepared for it at all.
Yeah,
being in at 9 o'clock, having a lunch hour, coming back at the end of the hour, working to 5 o'clock, and then going home. It's like this is hard. This is difficult.
Yeah.
And we're in an office environment, and the next row of what do you call it, booths or whatever it was, that's the operations people, and then the one down there, that's the accounts people, and they wear suits and ties, and they're really boring.
Yeah.
And they get in at 9 and they leave at 5. It's like, this is weird. And I turn up on a micro scooter as I just scooter through the office wearing a long black leather coat, if you can picture such a thing. The coat's still with me. My daughter wears it now. She's quite short and she loves it. But long black coat, scootering through the office.
Like Grim Reaper.
Yeah, and I've got Lego and Star Wars and shit all over my desk. It's an absolute mess.
Yeah.
And then there's these boring accounts people there. Not prepared at all.
No.
But it also wasn't a normal job.
No.
Because we get video games for free.
Yeah.
I asked, because I was well into film, Games sold some DVDs. Not many. They probably had, 10% of the DVDs that were released each week they had on the site.
Right.
So maybe 2 or 3 out of, 10, 15 releases. And I said, well, do you think we could start doing film reviews on the website as well? And they said, well, yeah, you can if you want, but I don't think anyone's going to send you the DVDs because we don't buy enough.
Yeah.
I thought, so if I can get the DVDs, can I review them? Yeah, you can. We'll review them and get them on the website. So I said, okay, fantastic. So I got the release schedule because we knew all the stuff that was coming out for months in advance because we used to have to merchandise the site. Right, this game's coming out next week. We're going to put it on the PlayStation 2 page and we're going to put it on the home page of the website. And I create all the graphics for it. So I knew the films that were coming out. So I thought, right, Transformers the movie is coming out on DVD from a company called Maverick Entertainment.
Okay.
And I need to get that on, before it comes out. So I found the details for Maverick Entertainment and I gave them a call and said, hi, it's Darren calling from Game. That has some weight.
Yeah.
That has some weight. I believe you've got Transformers the movie coming out on DVD on October the 17th, whenever it was. Do you have any review copies yet? Because we'd like to feature it on the website. And he said, well, actually, no, we don't. We're not really sure what we're going to do as special features. You don't know what you're doing on the special features? Oh, well, can I give you some suggestions? And I started talking to them about Transformers, because I'm massively into Transformers. And they said, it sounds like you know what you're talking about. Oh, I do, yeah, I'm a huge fan. I've got all the episodes. Do you want to come down and have a chat with us? Yeah, all right, yeah, I'll do that. So I went to meet them in Oxford.
Amazing.
Representing Game, and I took my mate John with me, who was one of the games journalists, because he just wanted to go.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with games, he just wants to go. So we went and met Maverick Entertainment about Transformers, and I told them, right, this is the special features you need on the website, this is what you want to get. And they said, well, do you want to write the stuff for us? Yeah, go on, I'll do that, yeah.
Why not?
So I started writing episode synopses, and I wrote quizzes and stuff to go on the DVDs. Maverick lost the rights after about a year, and it was picked up by a company called Metrodome Distribution, a much bigger company. And I said the same thing to them. I've been doing this with Maverick. Do you want me to help you? Yeah, brilliant. And I was credited on all the Transformers DVDs as a production stuff on the back. So my name's on the back of all the DVDs.
Amazing.
Which has amazing weight with nerds. And I even wrote a comic, 2-part comic to go with it, which is slated online unfairly called The Beast Within. It's brilliant. Read it. But yeah, it's slated. But I did all of that because I was phoning people up to get review copies of DVDs from Game.
Yeah.
But other companies that weren't Transformers, they all said, yeah, we'll send you DVDs, absolutely brilliant. And the other games journalists were really bitter that I kept having post arrive every single day at Game from different companies, like Sony was sending me stuff, Universal was sending me stuff, 20th Century Fox was sending me stuff, all these DVDs through the post for me to review. So they didn't think I'd get them. So I'm watching them and then reviewing them, and all the reviews are going on the website. I even got to go, this is my proudest moment, I even got to go to a test screening for An American Werewolf in London when they released, I think it was the 20th anniversary DVD. Yeah, it was 1982, I think it came out. This was 2002. I think that's right. 20th anniversary DVD release of American Werewolf in London. So I got to go to the test screening of that. I went to a launch party for it where they had all the makeup artists from Universal Studios there putting horror makeup on people's faces. So some people had like werewolf scratches down their faces. Some people had bullet holes. I had a werewolf scratch. But it was before phones, so I haven't even got a photo of it. No selfie. John Landis, the director, was there, who also directed Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yeah.
Massive fan of his. He was stood as close to me as you are now, and I was too shy to speak to him. It's basically just on the dance floor looking a bit lost. Fucking hell, it's John Landis. And then he turned away and walked away, and I went, no.
Should have said
all
that.
But I got to interview as well one of the actresses.
Okay.
Jenny Agutter.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's in Call the Midwife as well. I went to the Groucho Club in London. Nice. And it was in a hotel room above the Groucho Club where I got to spend an hour with Jenny Agutter just talking to her about American Werewolf in London, about her other films that she'd been in. And she was so lovely. She was so nice. When I was sat waiting to go in, this lady came out, which I didn't realise because she looked different, was her. She came in and she offered me a coffee. Said, you all right? Do you need a drink? You okay? Yeah.
Did you look homeless or something?
I must have looked homeless, yeah. But you expect she'd have somebody else doing that, but no, she did it herself. She was so lovely. But that's all from Game.
I mean, there's a lot about human nature and character in terms of you're obviously quite self-confident. But enjoy stuff. I always say to people, you don't... when I don't really want to go and do this at uni because they'll never get a job with it. But actually, your interests and what you like got you to do all that kind of stuff. Because you say, I've got a real interest, so I'm just going to call them up and say hello. And would you mind if we did this? And come down, have a look.
Yeah. I used to call it the blag phone.
Yeah.
So I pick up the blag phone. It's like, like Spider-Man's coming out, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Sony are releasing that. I said, got to get a copy of Spider-Man. And my mate Colin's like, they're never going to send you Spider-Man. That film's embargo. They're not. Yeah, watch this. Pick up the blag phone.
Watch this.
And they sent me Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like weeks before it came out. It actually, because it was, and they're all Czech discs as well. So they're non-branded discs.
Ah, okay.
And with Spider-Man, Sony said, we want this back. You could review it, but we want it back. And I sent it back to them, begrudgingly, and then they sent me a box copy to thank me for sending it back after release. But apparently I had a different voice on the phone.
Yeah. It was like, are you sure that's...
I have a blag voice.
I thought you'd look a bit different. Did you go on your scooter through with the coat floating behind you?
No, I don't think I did that. I went to a screen of Terminator 2 when that came out on DVD, and and I bumped into my mate in London. Pure coincidence. How do you bump into somebody in London? Walking down the other way. Oh, where are you going? I'm just going to a launch event for Terminator 2. Do you want to come? Yeah, and he came along, and everybody was given DVDs of Terminator 2 when we went there. My mate got a free copy just because he came along with me.
Wow.
It's just all free stuff. Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? I thought all jobs were going to be like that. And they're not.
No.
No, they're not. Other jobs are shit.
Yeah. I mean, it is an element of luck where you get in and where you start and what you do.
Massively.
And all that.
It's massive. I don't know what would have happened if I hadn't got that. But yeah, the marketing manager loved the websites I'd done. He had to sell me to the director of the department.
Yeah.
Dangerous Dave Evans.
Dangerous Dave.
That's what we called him, Dangerous Dave. Dangerous Dave, I don't know if Dangerous Dave was as convinced as Brian, but Brian did did convince him to give me a chance.
I've got a brother-in-law called Dave. Sorry, Dave.
Do you call him Dangerous?
No, they call him Dave the Rave.
Dave the Rave.
Not sure why, but
No.
I won't go into it.
No.
So, I mean, I was trying to really kind of get into my thought process was about how life takes you, but it takes you there for a reason, and your general habits and how you talk to people, the conversations you create, how they create this kind of direction you go in.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, clear in your life from those 8 days anyway, that the kind of bravado and but like real interest in things that other people might not be doing at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, 98, 99, there weren't many web designers around. If you could do it, it didn't matter how old you were, where you come from, or what you wear.
No, it doesn't. No.
Or what you put around your desk, or
it did not matter at all. So long as the cleaner's able to get there in clean a spot, then it's fine.
clean around them.
Yeah, clean around it. Yeah.
You could get a job, and as then in the next 5-6 years, it kind of really boomed, and salaries went up and things like that, and you moved to different places. What made you start up the agency?
Yeah, well, that was in 2009, which, when I think about it, so long ago, and I think the distance between me starting up the agency and working at Game, I thought that was a million years, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was like, I think I left Game in 2003, started in 2009. That's like 6 years, 5 years. That's not long at all. It seems I did so much in that time, but it's just a real short time. And I just can't get my head around that I've been doing Engage Web for 16 years.
Yeah.
It'd be 17 years in April.
I feel like I blinked and
I know,
the decade has gone.
But we started it because I worked for an agency in Manchester. I say in Manchester. It wasn't in Manchester. It actually wasn't far from here. Because we're in Macclesfield right now. It was in Poynton. So I worked in Poynton for an agency called Just Search. And they were, as they advertised themselves at the time, they were Europe's largest search marketing company. And this was 2007, 2006 to 2009, something like that time. And they had a lot of clients. And we worked on a lot of clients. And I was part of quite a big SEO technical team there, with some really good people there as well, some really good people. But we were doing SEO in a, for its time, style, shall we say. There was a lot of link buying going on. Of course, which Google always said that you shouldn't be buying links, and still says that now. And because Google would always say that, they would never tell the client that they were buying links. But they were buying links, and I can say that because they don't exist anymore. They were buying links.
It's not necessarily, I mean, in those days it wasn't really considered the bad thing.
It was still against Google's terms of service, but everybody was doing it.
It worked though, didn't it?
It worked. Yeah. That's the problem. It worked. That is the issue. So you had clients paying, I can remember the price, it was £7,200 a year.
Right.
So it's like £600 a month, £7,200 a year. And then they had a big portion of that was their link budget, which would go to hiring links in, I think it was Indian websites. So very low quality websites, very high volume, all pointing at particular websites for particular keywords. So it was exact match keyword search terms. And it worked, as you say. The problem was that the sites that were ended up ranking weren't necessarily any good. They weren't ranking because they were quality websites. They were ranking because they had huge numbers of links pointed in particular keywords, which meant the clients didn't necessarily make any money on the rankings because they weren't good websites anyway. So people were finding them, looking at them and going, well, that's a bit shit. I don't trust them with my inheritance tax or whatever the client particularly was, and they go to another one. And I didn't like the way this was being done. Now, we cottoned on at the time very quickly that content was going to be a big thing. And one of the guys that worked there, a guy you know as well, he's sadly just passed away, James Welch. James.
Content is king.
Content is king, and he was absolutely right. James is freaking genius. Content is king, James, which is what we were doing a game years earlier anyway. Content is king, and he realised that we needed to have an in-house content department at Just Search. And the sales guys freaking loved it. Because the sales guys were selling SEO, which is a mythical art. They're selling links, but they can't talk about links because links is against Google's terms of service. So that's happening, but we can't explain it. So it's difficult to sell SEO when you can't really say what you're doing. But content you can see. You can see blogs going on a website. They sold it like nobody's business because the clients understood it. They could sell it. So this content department grew really quickly that I was part of, and we're bringing people in. We had content editors coming in, and the blogs are being written in house, and we're doing them and then putting them on the website. But because it scaled so fast, the guys in charge of Just Search thought, we've got to be able to make more money with this. What's the way we can do this and make more profit? Let's get the content written in India. So we got a lot of content from India, which varied massively in quality. Some of it was really well written, but using words that you wouldn't use in the UK. Boon was a massive one. Every single article mentioned the word boon 3 or 4 times. It's a real boon for the industry. We don't say that. Or they were really poor quality, and it was taking our editors a long time to edit them. Or they didn't understand the UK market. One particular one I remember, there was a client that installed fish ponds, and every single time we got an article through, it talked about you've got to guard your fish pond against raccoons. Not really a problem in the UK. Please stop mentioning raccoons in this article because we have to take it out every time. Okay, I won't mention raccoons again. Next one, bloody raccoons.
More localisation.
A little bit more localisation. So all this content was being written very poor quality. So we had 2 suppliers. One was Indian, one was the UK. The UK costs more, the Indian was a lot cheaper, and they liked using the Indian ones because it meant more profit for the agency. And we're having to do all of this and fix it. It's like, this is not good. I don't want to be editing Indian content forever because it's going to take too long to edit and it's just not the right quality for the client. We had a really good idea there, but the execution is ruining it. So we thought, let's go and do this ourselves. So 2 of us left, and originally James Welch was with us as well. James was with us. But James went off and set up a different agency called Red Source at the same time we set up Engage Web. And we were doing content for other agencies. So Just Search was one of them. And there were other agencies that we still do content for, so I can't name them because we're not allowed to name them. But we're doing content for other agencies. So when they get new clients in, right, we need 50 blogs on this, or we need 10 blogs a month on this, or we need 500 product pages or 2,000 product pages written. They can't suddenly do that. But we can, because we have the team of writers who are English-speaking natural native writers, not done in India, because we've got the quality writers and we've got the system and the processes to edit them quickly and edit them properly and provide them to the client, written, edited, and even published directly to them. So the first hire in an agency is really difficult. Who do you get first? What role do you get first? And the first hire we got was the wrong person. Because when you get somebody who's going to be editing content for you, you want to be doing it to the level that you want to be doing it. They didn't work. The second person we got was perfect. And he was a great, fast editor of the content. But it's important then, when you've got somebody that you bring on doing a technical role or a skilled role like that you then don't get in there with them and start doing it at the same time. Because then you're just all working together and there's still no business coming in. So I had to step away from the editing, step away from that to work on
sales to work on getting leads in to feed them. As our team grew, they need the work. I can't be doing it as well.
Be fully utilised.
You've got to be fully utilised. Yeah. So we grew then. We've hired web designers. We had a graphic designer. We've now got a team of editors. We've got a team of web designers now. We've got SEO team. We've got somebody else doing sales as well, because I can't be there all the time.
Yeah.
So my job now is just to bring leads in and awareness of Engage Web, so people come and work to us and want to work with us, and they do all the work. I haven't designed a website for about 6 years. I tell a lie. Actually, no, I lie. I designed them for my son. Because my son, Robbie, does Minecraft builds. It sounds like he's young, isn't he? He's 25. He does Minecraft builds. It depends when this comes out. He's 25 or 24. Yeah. But he does really big Minecraft builds. And he wanted to do Minecraft builds through a website to order. I said, right, we'll do a website for Robbie. And they said, well, you're designing it then. So I haven't designed a website for a long time. Really? You want me to? Yes, you're designing it. Yes, I did. But can they build it at least? Can I have my team? Yeah, okay, they'll build it. And I thought, right, now's my opportunity, because I know that the difference between designing and building a website is a designer can come up with this shit. The developer's then got to build the damn thing. So I made it as impossible as I possibly could for them to actually build it.
Oh, nice.
I know. I was like, let's test them. So I know they love animation. So with this website, I want, when you scroll down the page, I want a load of Minecraft blocks to drop in and build a structure.
Yeah.
And then as you get to the bottom, I want Steve, the character from Minecraft, to be walking back and forth across the page, gets to the end, turns and walks back that way. Build that, you bastards. And they did. They did, exactly as I'd envisaged it, which was a bit infuriating. I need to give them a harder challenge next time. So that's the one website I've designed in about 6 years. Everything else they do. I don't do any work at all. I try not to get involved with anything.
How's AI, that kind of development, changed how you guys work? Has it changed at all? Have you become busier? Or?
Oh, AI. AI obviously has some good points and some bad points. It's really helped streamline work. So we're able to use AI to do things a lot quicker, a lot more efficiently.
Yeah.
So we put everybody in the business, including myself, and I hated doing this, including me, has gone through a series of AI courses on building like custom GPTs, how to implement AI within your daily schedule, to take off repetitive tasks that you don't need to be doing on a regular basis, to get AI to do that kind of thing for you. So anything that we can possibly stop doing, we've stopped doing. So as an example, one of the things we've done, one of the girls in the office has built a custom GPT to help with client reports. So we'll take a client report, which a lot of that's automated anyway, because it pulls in different aspects from analytics. We then take that report, put it into her custom GPT. It will summarize that and put everything in a concise email for the client, which she can then go through and just tweak and edit. So a lot of that is done automatically.
Whereas really
otherwise,
speed up
massively,
process.
Otherwise, she's got to read the report and then summarize it for the client and put it into client speak. But she's written this GPT to do that for her and then trained it on reports and emails she sent in the past. So fantastic work. And it probably saves her a couple hours a week doing that. The other side of it, of course, is how AI has affected search. Because of our content background and what we've done with clients, we had a lot of clients that had a lot of featured snippets in Google. A lot of featured snippets. So we've had some clients that have had 50, 60,000 visits per year to a website from one blog featured snippet. That's just gone right out the window, hasn't it? So it means the content isn't bringing in the traffic that it once was.
No.
But because all the clients are built on this content strategy, with the Google AI overviews, they're being referenced within the AI overviews. They're being linked to from the AI overviews. So the clients are still getting the results. They still then have the #1 ranking, but the featured snippet has gone. So the traffic has dropped massively, but the leads and the sales clients are getting has not. which is interesting. So when we're doing year-on-year comparisons for reports, which we're doing right now from before AI overviews came in, each month we can show a client report and say, right, well, your traffic's down by about 7,000 visits this month. That's because this blog that brought in 4,000 people last year isn't bringing anyone in now, or is bringing pittance in. This blog isn't bringing that in. This blog isn't bringing that in. Your homepage is still getting as much traffic as it was before. Your services and product pages are getting as much traffic as they were before. Your sales and your inquiries are up. So don't worry about your traffic. It's the thing. So you'll see a lot of websites now are suffering with drops in traffic year on year. But hopefully they shouldn't be losing sales or inquiries. And then, of course, there's the other angle that people are not searching on Google as much now. Google's lost market share for the first time in its history because people are using AI to search.
Yeah.
They're asking questions in ChatGPT like, how do I create my own will? Blah, 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 blah. How would I avoid inheritance tax if that happens? Here's the answer to pulled from these sources. Who's a good person I could speak to about that? I'd recommend this person. Oh, yeah, we'll talk to them. People are coming through to websites from ChatGPT. But it's only going to recommend websites if they have the content there in the first place that ChatGPT can use to populate its answers when people are searching for it. So the strategy hasn't really needed to adapt.
No.
It's just where people are coming from and what is using it is different.
Yeah. It's exactly what we see where possibly the people that were coming to your site to find something out, an answer to a question, finding that referenced on Google or, AI platform, so they don't have to come to your site to do it.
No.
But the actual buyers are still taking the effort and they're converting.
Absolutely.
And you still need the content to have the visibility and to even be there in the first place. So like you say, the strategy is not changed. In fact, it's probably strengthened the need for it.
Yeah.
And it's a fascinating... What I find fascinating is the communication to clients about that, because they just see stats.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, well, let's go a bit deeper. Inquiries, how are they? Yeah, they're actually up. Yeah. Why do you think that is? Well, I don't know. So it's an interesting chat. It's actually opened up a lot of avenues, just an understanding, I think, from clients about what we're doing.
The most interesting one we had, and I still laugh when I think about this, is we've got this one client that's based in Manchester. And they're one of the leading people in the UK that do this.
Yeah.
I won't say the industry because I don't want to say who they are.
No.
But we've been telling them for years to actually sell via their website direct.
Yeah.
Because previously people would inquire, this is what I need. They'd do a quote for it and then build it. And we'd say, look, a lot of these things are generic. You can do several of these products that you build and make and then sell them directly from the website because people are going to need the same things. No, we don't want our competitors to know what the costs are. We don't want them to know what we do. It's like, look, you're going to save yourself a lot of time if you just put these on the website and take payment directly through the website. Eventually they agreed and we made their website e-commerce so that it could sell. And they were one of the ones that had featured snippets for pretty much everything. Yeah. You're searching for anything in their space, they are there. And they've obviously lost a lot of that traffic. So their traffic has dipped massively year on year. And they contacted us about 2 months ago, I think it was, to say, well, we've had our report, we know our traffic's down, we accept the reason for that. But our inquiries are down as well. We've had fewer inquiries this month than we had last month. Well, what do you think we should do about that? We said, well, you have had fewer inquiries, I'll grant you that. But that's because people have bought directly through your website. You've had, I think the number was like 26 grand in sales through the website. So people aren't needing to inquire with you right now, they're just buying it and giving you money that's going directly into your Stripe account that's going into your bank account. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, right, that makes sense. That's why your inquiries are down. You don't have to do quotes anymore. They're paying you directly. Done.
You don't have to go anywhere else for the data either, because
It's right there.
You control everything.
Yeah.
And I say that a lot with the recruitment industry. You know, if you can get your vacancies on your site, if you're not already, then you can control everything, and you can reduce your spend on whoever it is that wherever you're placing your ads, and you can. And to get people to your site is much more beneficial.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you were to give anyone advice who's either starting an agency or always wanted to, or just a business owner in general, you know, what would you say to them?
Right. This is advice I do give to people on a regular basis, and I did it earlier this week as well. And somebody didn't quite understand it. He thought I was joking.
I wonder why I think that.
I know, yeah. Maybe it's the way I deliver it. The thing you should be doing is hiring people better than you. Because if you hire somebody that isn't as good as you, you're going to look at their output and go, I could do that better. I could do that faster. Why am I paying them to do that? Hire people who are better than you. You want people who are, if you're a web designer, you want hire web designers that are more talented than you. Don't worry about them going off and stealing your clients. Most people don't have what it takes to run a business, which is why there aren't that many business owners compared to employees in the UK.
Yeah.
We can't all be business owners because then we'd have no staff. Employ people better than you. Employ people that can do the job either better, faster, or cheaper than you can. And then don't keep doing what they're doing when you hire them. Do stuff that works on your business, not in it. Do stuff that's going to bring clients in, to bring leads in, to feed those people. I speak to a lot of trades that really struggle with this. They don't want to take on apprentices. They don't want to hire people because they are paranoid that they're going to go and set up in competition. If you don't do that and you just keep doing it yourself, as I know I can think right now of a particular trade that does this, I don't want to hire somebody because he's going to take business off me. You're going to end up working for the rest of your life and you only have so many hours in the day. When you go on holiday, you're not going to be able to earn. You're not going to be able to afford to go on holiday. And then when you retire, you will have no business to sell because it's just you in a job. Hire people better than you. Use your brand, your name to give them the work and let them do the work while you run the business. It's the only way to do it. Otherwise, you just have a glorified job.
Yeah. So I always think if you hire good people and you treat them well, they won't leave anyway.
No.
And the work your business puts out will be of a really good quality. More people want to use you. You can pay them more. Why would they leave? And if they do, they'll probably leave with really good impression of where they've come from, and not behave in a bad way towards you. It just seems like a win-win to me.
Yeah, and we've had good people leave Engage Web. I think of one person, like a guy called Stephen Morris, phenomenal developer, phenomenal web developer. He's gone away and started on his own. Absolutely amazing. And really best of luck to him because he is brilliant. You treat people well, you hire good people, they'll go on and do great things. If you hire people and treat them badly, they will leave.
And they'll take your database.
They will take your database.
And your clients.
And they will resent you for the rest of your life. And they'll go on podcasts like this and talk about what a crap agency it was. Hypothetically.
It's a long time.
It was a long time.
Time's running on. I've really enjoyed the chat. It's been very enlightening.
I liked it too.
Thank you so much for making the journey out. And it's been a great chat.
Thank you. All done.
All good.